Oh, goodness, I was expecting music. What's good, y'all? I am JoMama. Welcome to Afternoons with me. Yes, this is my first podcast. I was supposed to have music, but I guess I didn't have music. I was waiting for the bass to drop, and there was like no bass. All right. So, yes, I've got Tony Sparks, the godfather of comedy, and Ashley Tomajan. They're over here checking their phones, but...
I'm not checking my phone. Don't put that on me.
All right. Welcome. Tony, I'm so glad that you are here to join me. I don't mean to say it like that.
That's fine.
Tell me a little about yourself, Tony, because I could tell the world, but I need to hear it from you.
Oh, it'd be better if you told it. No, I'm here in this city, and I do comedy around the city.
What?
And I try to be supportive of everyone.
That is so modest. That is so
modest.
modest.
But that's the way it is, baby.
Like, every time I bring up Tony's name, they're like the godfather of comedy, and it goes silent for a little.
Yeah. It's true.
You know what? Let me tell you something, y'all, that y'all don't know. That started out as an insult.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, yeah. So here's the thing. When I first moved here, no one would really deal with me. I don't know whether it was because I was black, whether because I was annoying, because I was really super hungry. So I might have been annoying as hell, okay? I was really hungry. All right? And no one wanted to mess with me. And so I ended up starting one open mic at down the street at on Market, but near 6th, a art gallery called the Luggage Store.
Nice.
Just recently was mentioned in Moshe Kasher's book that just came out.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And this is the thing. Then from that room, it started out with 3 people in there. But by the time I got a hold of it, it was like 70 people. It was big. You understand? It was great.
That's so impressive.
Oh, my God, it was great. So many people came. Anyway, so I started, people heard about it, and I started getting rooms there. So I was a monopoly for a while. I started getting rooms every night. My name was always on the paper. This was before big social media, let's say. Okay.
Damn.
And so the people that had kind of shut me out, they were all at Holy City Zoo, which is, if you remember where Neck of the Woods is, the club right next to it used to be Holy City Zoo.
They shut you out of the Holy City Zoo.
Wait,
They kind of...
Oh, yeah.
Tell me this. What decade is this?
Early 90s.
Early 90s. Not to say it like that, you know what I mean? Like,
No,
give
baby,
me a
that's
point of
fine.
reference, because, like...
That's fine.
Ooh, wait, hold on. Let me introduce Ashley. I'm so sorry. I, totally forgot. Hey, guys, Ashley's here, too. But Ashley gonna talk after, but damn, that is some deep.
Oh,
Tony.
yeah. They used to tell me all the time, "Oh, you're not funny," blah blah blah, but it used to amaze me how I would, whenever I started a room, it would pack out, and somebody go like, "Oh, hey, I got Thursdays free. Can you do my Thursday? I have Fridays free."
Damn.
So I went from being a nobody to being a somebody, and so like with chicken and watermelon, one of the things that people do. They're like, okay.
I'm following you.
Okay, listen. You know why people go like, black people like chicken and watermelon?
Right.
Because after slavery, black people were making a mint and becoming millionaires, making fried chicken and watermelon for fucking white people.
Okay. So what was meant to be an insult was actually an admiration.
Well, so the thing is, they were calling me like the Don King of the open mic, like they were calling me, so the Godfather was really like, like the Godfather of nothing. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. But here's the thing. The difference between me is that maybe they were shutting me out, but I didn't shut anyone out.
That's good.
I didn't. In fact,
that's
do
great.
you remember Yaya, the African dude that
Yes,
would
I do.
want to promote shows and never pay people? Fuck him. He always said, "Let's do the other comedy," meaning that my circle was everyone. My circle was everybody.
It was all the cool kids in the sandbox.
Yeah, it was everybody. Whereas some, especially here in San Francisco, some groups are all white, There were East Bay. They were all black.
They're like comedy gangs, if
Yeah,
you will.
yeah.
And
But
don't they all have
It's
that
still
niche?
very clicky. It's
Yes.
still very clicky. Comedy is
Yeah, it may be clicky,
But
but it
it's-
wasn't clicky like that.
okay. I see.
Okay. Let me.
And let me ask you this: as far as clicky is concerned, are there any all black cliques
Right.
around here?
Right.
No.
Okay, that's what I'm
No,
talking
they're
about,
not.
right? Are there any all Asian cliques around here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Funny Asians.
Yeah. Okay, but hold on. Let me introduce.
Well, see, they'll let you get on the funny Asian show.
I've never
She-
been on a funny Asian
Wait,
show.
Hold on. Let me introduce.
been
Ashley
invited, but I
Tomajan,
declined.
Who she's like white as
Why
hell.
did you decline?
Because I'm not Asian. Armenian is not Asian.
You
No,
don't
but
have to. You don't have to be.
Mark Neuer has gone up on crazy funny Asian nights.
Yeah,
I'm
a
just
lot
saying-
of the other hella funny people have gone up that are African American. I went up once.
Okay, a theme is a theme is a theme. We had somebody for Veterans Day that wasn't a vet. It's okay.
You know what? I want to get into the handicap group with Nina G.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
and I want to
Yeah,
get into
I
that
have
group.
dyslexia.
yeah,
I have
right.
dyslexia. Does that count as a disability?
Yes, ma'am.
I
It
have
sure does.
PTSD.
Yeah, there you go.
Hella bad.
I have diabetes. Fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah,
All this stuff is recognized by the California or the
The
American
ADA.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Okay. Ashley runs OMG every Sunday
Oh,
from
yeah?
7
I'd
to
love to have you come out.
7 to 9, right? Ish or 7 to close.
Show starts at 6:30, and we end it when we run out of comics.
And she's
Oh,
been doing that
wow.
for 3 years.
Yeah. In fact,
Really?
I want to put it out there that anyone that has a special or something that they're working on, they need extra time. They come to OMG last. I'll give them as much time as they need.
Oh, for sure,
Oh,
for sure.
wow.
Yes.
As I'm kind and I want to support anyone that has a project coming up,
That and shout out to Rakesh. He's one of the owners of the bar.
he's
And-
the owner of the bar.
Right? Okay. I'm so sorry. I saw co-owner on the Facebook, so that's why I say that. But no, say shout out because he sits there and he opens the bar
Yeah.
and he watches the comedy and he supports. He laughs
What
at
about
my
likes
that
jokes.
really?
comedy. He
What about that
really-
really pretty lady? That pretty biracial lady. She's
Tip of Jess, that's
Black
there on
and
Tuesday.
Latina.
That's there on Tuesday. She's there on Tuesday. She's
Oh,
a
yeah.
beautiful girl. I
But
love
that's
Jess.
why I think it's dope. Like Rakesh comes out on, and he doesn't have to come out on Sundays, but he opens the door
Yeah,
and
he
he
does.
and he sits and listens
just-
to his
Let-
jokes.
let me-
he just loves comedy.
Let me
That's
ask you a
awesome.
question. Did Rakesh used to run another bar
I
don't know.
I don't know. We'd have to ask him.
9th?
I have no
We'd
idea.
have to ask him. I
Ask
don't
him
know.
if he
Yeah.
ran another
Dude,
bar
you know
on
what
9th.
it is? Tony,
Near the
you
Quaker
know,
Church.
you're so like, you've been here for years, so you know way more.
He said
than,
that he's been having comedy for like 10 years at OMG.
At OMG.
Yeah, so
Well, that's where local folks, which used to be called speech therapy,
Got a
started.
sticker on the wall
Yeah.
somewhere.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
that's where that started.
There it is,
and-
local folks.
dude, we're getting
Local folks.
motherfucking history
Yeah.
lessons here.
To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right. There you go.
So
yeah, there you go, right there.
Ashley.
Orange and gray, right there.
Orange and gray.
Yeah,
Us-
keep going up and over.
Up and over. Oh, I see it. Local folks.
Yeah.
The bridge on it.
So local folks used to be speech therapy. That's because Kiko, who runs it, Kiko had a stroke, and this was his.
know that.
Oh yeah, he had a stroke in the middle of running in like 2010, I think, or
Jesus.
something like that.
Wow.
That doesn't sound
Around the
fun.
time right after Ali Wong left.
Right.
2010, Ali Wong, he did a thing called the World Series. No, the Olympics, Comedy Olympics. And I think Ali Wong won that. But we knew Ali Wong was going to be famous minutes into seeing her perform.
Wow.
Yeah, some people just have it. Some people have this gift. When you meet them, you know they're going to be famous. You know, like when I was in New York City and I would run into Chris Rock. And I said, oh, my God, this dude is going to be somebody.
I think that's,
Personality? I'm sorry.
but I think that's amazing. Like you can kind of see that spark, right? Something
yeah.
that they have in them.
Well,
They're gonna
when
be a
people
star.
have it, they have it. And all they have to do is not stop.
Just
Some
the
people,
hustle.
some people stop. No, okay. Here's the deal.
That's a good point.
So and the one thing I've noticed too, if people are thoroughly convinced, that they're going to be successful, they don't have to say it to you.
That's true.
They don't have to say anything. If they're thoroughly convinced that they're going to be successful, they will be.
I think I heard this from Les Brown, like, powerful people recognize potential, and people with potential recognize people with power. That's the important part. There's going to be people who are not on the same level, and they will have their opinions and have their comments that will try to reduce your speed. But when you stop for them, you become that. So
You know
just
what?
keep on
You know
going.
what? I'm glad you mentioned that, sweet thing. You know what I've noticed. I've noticed that people who try to hurt. See, here's the thing: we as comics, we're not competing.
We're not.
We're
We
no,
really aren't. We
no
really
matter
are
what
not.
it, because if somebody wants you, they want you. If they want you, they want
Yeah,
you.
we're all in our own lane.
Exactly.
I agree.
I want to say something.
Go ahead, sweet love.
Comedy is made of many, not just one, right? Because if somebody wants to have it all, it's just a one-person show. That's where we get lost. You know what I mean? It's not all about one person. It's just like you said. I agree.
I agree with that.
We are all. So I like the fact that I really could give a fuck less what people think about me. I got 5 minutes and then I'll show what I show and then I leave. That's what I do. I'm a part of the community. And when people try to make the community all about them, I'm just like, okay, well, I guess I'll do my bit elsewhere.
Well, but here's the deal, though. When you take the time to try to block people and try to hurt people,
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't.
that comes back to bite you in your ass.
Oh, no, sir. I'm not
'Cause
trying to
people
block
remember-
nobody.
No, I
I'm
know
saying
you
like,
not,
we know.
baby. I know you not, but I'm just saying that's what I've noticed over the course of the years.
I want to talk about the last
So,
time I did
okay,
a show at your place, though.
So what I've heard people talk about comedy as if it is a competition, that if it is a contact sport, and like I'm not gonna say news, but there was someone was like, man, I think you and I did the best tonight. And I was like, okay, like, well, I think we all did great. We're all winners. It's like, but he's like, I think if you want to be successful in comedy, you have to think you're the best at all the time. I'm like, because I don't
think
know
you need
about
a
that.
positive attitude.
Yeah, positive attitude.
I don't think you necessarily need to feel that you're the best. I know someone who, and I'm not going to mention names, but I know someone who thinks they, regardless if they sucked ass, they think they're the best every single night. So, but I mean,
we
that's-
always
crab in
have
the-
room for
I
improvement.
think of that like crab in the bucket mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The motherfuckers just want to keep on pulling you down. It's like, dude, like, make it across and tell me how it is over there.
Yeah.
I want to know.
There's room
Exactly.
for enough for all of us. Like,
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you're going to win, you're going to win.
I do-
I do
that's-
wanna
that's
bring
the
this
bottom
up.
line.
Remember the last time I was at your
The
mic?
Ave,
The
Yeah,
Ave.
comedy on the ad.
Yes, which is a
Wednesday
dope
nights, 9 o'clock,
mic,
1607 Ocean Avenue.
There's a man that knows how to give applause.
right?
I'm telling you.
Hey, and we were talking about how like certain rooms aren't supposed to work,
To work.
because simply because of the flow
The
Yeah,
setup.
the way the
Yeah.
bar is built. Yeah.
built, right? And it's not meant for that. But if you dope enough, you're gonna capture everybody's attention. That's what we were like talking about, like
Yeah.
as
Earlier,
in.
yeah.
So people really don't want to listen because it's a bar. Everybody came there to drink, but
They're
if
probably
you're-
not there for comedy.
Yeah, they're not there for
Right.
But the point is to be captivating. But
Right.
how do you change that over to like a comedy mic? Because comedy mics, they're sitting there ready for the jokes. So it's kind of hard because like I have trouble changing my delivery according to the rooms when I get used to dive rooms. That's what I mean. Or dive bars.
Well, here's the deal. The deal is
You
to
understand what I
find
mean?
your voice where you don't need to change. Here's the thing: is that you create your character that works for you, and either they jump on and like you or they don't.
Yeah.
If they like you, good. Come along, help me grow. If not, fuck you. Move on. Don't fuck with me no more. Don't talk to me. All right. So here's the deal: you can't please everybody.
No.
I
All
feel
right.
like I keep on
And if
getting
you
in trouble
and
at
if you
your place, though.
if you try to please everybody, how did you get?
Okay, well-
Well, I'm gonna say something.
Please
Okay.
do.
And oh my God. Okay. The thing is, you are running into problems with people that have mental issues, that have mental health issues. So like the girl that was saying, "Oh, you were with my man," she hates everyone Asian because her man cheated
Wilma Her
I'm
was
so
an
sorry.
Asian woman.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. And then that guy from the last time, oh, poor baby, something is wrong. He
Oh.
lives indoors, but he smells like he lives outdoors. So you know there's an issue. All right? When you don't wash your ass.
Yeah.
He said, if I eat your pussy, I said, you took too much of my time already, so I just went to
Yeah.
my set.
I know
Who's gonna let him get close enough to eat that pussy if they?
I was like, sir, I didn't invite
if you smell like you've been shitting in the hole
Thank
outside,
you.
who's gonna let
Like,
you?
sir, I did not invite you.
Who's gonna let you munch on their love rug? You know what I mean?
You know,
It made for a wonderful
but
post, still.
even if people don't like you, you're getting a reaction.
And-
Like, and in comedy, if they're completely indifferent to you, I feel like that's the kiss of death.
Yeah.
To be liked or to be hated, you're getting a reaction out of your art.
Yeah. Do you remember Justin Scales?
Yes, I do.
Okay. At one point, two people I remember. Like there was Miracle Malone. She was Maisha, then she turned to Miracle Malone, and then there was Justin Scales. These were two comics. One black woman, one was a white guy. That when they came out, everybody wanted to be them. Everybody wanted to be, at one point, Miracle Malone. I showed her a little formula to write in, and she blew up. I don't know if she actually wrote the material, but she came back the next day with, oh my God, and it was a rhythm. It was a thing. Justin was just wild, just out there, and
He reminds me of Charlie. He reminds me of Ricky Luna. He reminds me of those type
Oh,
of people
okay,
that
yeah.
are very. They don't follow the norm whatsoever.
Exactly. And I felt really bad. Charlie's an asshole, but I felt really bad for Charlie.
Right.
Because by him not, Charlie is a gay Native American comic.
Oh, I
Okay.
thought you were talking to somebody else. Okay.
All right, and so I felt really bad for him because everybody was like, "Oh, that's not comedy. He's not doing comedy. That what he's doing, that's not comedy."
The community turned on him like they kind of turned on you originally, and you made it
Oh,
a
yeah.
superpower. It made
Oh,
it
yeah.
a superpower. So.
But I mean, still, if you look a few years back, right after maybe during COVID or right after COVID, people were like, "Oh, you don't want to be like Tony," you know, because I do mostly crowd work, right? They go like, "Oh, you don't want to be like Tony." Oh no, you don't want to do that. And they didn't think I was hearing it, but I heard
It all comes back.
I
You
think
know.
when people got your name in their mouth, it's even if they're trying to be insulting, it's really admiration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
There-
jealousy. You
Yeah.
don't look at it as jealousy as much as I must be
Jealousy.
doing something right.
Yeah.
I'm constantly on there.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Oh,
people
yeah.
say if you don't have haters, you're doing it wrong.
Well,
Right.
I'm doing it very right.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, even for haters is see, when you got the attention is attention. Good, bad, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's attention.
Well, they say, what is it? They say any publicity is good.
Yeah, all
There you go.
press is
That's what
good
I mean.
press, yes.
All publicity.
I
is
can't
good
wait for the
publicity.
day that I get canceled. It'll mean I made it.
Oh, mama.
Oh, well, you're very close to getting canceled.
Wait,
I think
why?
it's good.
What are you
why?
saying? What is it? Is it my black and brown men are off the hook for my come up joke?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I think you get into a
my
lot of
The
trouble
black
with that.
people love that joke though.
I get into a lot. You get in a lot of trouble with that, and then just the whole
teacher thing.
Yeah,
The serial killer joke.
serial killer stuff. That is funny. That's funny stuff.
Thank you.
It is. It's hilarious. Okay, so it's considered dark
But
humor.
I mean, you know what? Stand your ground. Stand your
there
ground.
you
Keep
go. That's
doing
what I'm
it.
saying. Just keep being you,
Keep
right?
doing it. Keep.
Because
doing
technically my joke is politically correct. I'm talking about killing white men. It's politically correct. It's not incorrect. It's correct.
Okay, hold on. Let me
Well,
stop.
My
Okay,
dad hates it. My dad would
Everybody's
hate
gonna
it.
have their
Yeah.
opinion. If we did everything how everybody wants us to do it, we'd be them.
Yeah.
But we're not them.
Absolutely.
We are us.
Exactly. We need to be us, baby. Do your thing.
So
sugar.
biggest
That's
thing
all
is
I'm
like my
saying to
family
you.
looking
Thank
at
you,
me
thank you,
and my
Tony,
family
thank you.
thinking like I wouldn't do that if I were you. But then if I did everything like my family wanted me to be, I'd be a nurse.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah,
just kidding.
I
Okay.
think originally my biggest worry is that my students would see my comedy online. Now I'm worried about my students' parents seeing it.
Oh, it's
They'll
all
be
about
alright.
being able to
Oh wow,
so.
wow!
Yeah.
You know what? I got to tell you something. When I had a day job, I always got into trouble once they found out I did stand up.
Really? Why?
Yeah, and I got harassed. I got fired. All kinds of things happened to me because people found out I did stand up. Now it was really crazy because when coworkers would come, and they would be the ones to tell on me. They would come and
I
The people
understand
that
that.
came and supported you from
No, I
work,
can
your work
understand
buddies,
that.
supposedly.
would tell on me
Right.
that, oh, he does comedy, and they look at me and go like, why the fuck do you have a day job? You know what I mean?
Because I need health insurance, motherfucker.
Like, I need the money
I
to
wanna
go
be
to
around
my comedy.
Yeah, I
wanna
need to be
be
able to
around my
afford.
son.
I need to be able to be
I
afford
spent
my.
I spent all the time here mostly because I wanted to be around my son, even though he's not a baby anymore. He's
How old
still,
is your son?
He's 25.
Oh, that's
Holy smokes,
awesome.
He's 25 now?
Tony, Tony Sparks, I have to tell you something. One of the reasons why you stick out in my mind from the moment that I met you, you remind me of somebody that you remind me not because of how you speak or who or your character, but your stature. So instantly when I saw you, you reminded me somebody that my mom took care of as a nurse, and he started hitting on her, and he was like, he started taking care of me, like gave me pendants and stuff because he wanted to court my mom, and he even took me to go look at a car. He's like, I'm gonna go get you this car. So anyways, long story short, he didn't end up with my mom.
He did?
He did not. He did not. He had a whole family. He was crazy.
Whole nother family.
That's why you're a reminder of him, Tony.
But no.
Just kidding. Just
I
kidding.
guess
You're a nice
to
kid.
to racially put it, he was black.
Not all black people look alike, JoMama.
Girl, I've been married to 2 other black men. I know that.
Oh, you married twice?
Yeah, I've been married. I'm going through. This is my 2nd divorce,
Oh, wow.
and both of them were black men.
Oh, my
Husband
God.
number 3, you're
so
out
my
there
children
somewhere.
are all half black as well. So.
Oh, wow.
So she's on the prowl for husband number 3, everybody.
So I could recognize a black man from another black man, but I'm just saying there was something about you that felt tender, like, oh, I remember him.
Because even though he didn't end up with your mom, he was still a nice guy, right?
Yes, he was a nice guy. But anyways, long story short, that's who you reminded me of, and
Oh,
I don't even
that's-
remember his name, but I know it wasn't you.
There you go. Yeah, because I usually Asian women turn me down right away.
She was his nurse, so she had to take care of him.
Hey, let me tell you something though. This kind of fucks me up. I've been since Brainwash shut down. I have been going to the hospital. I've been in the hospital a lot. I've had like 10 operations, 10 procedures.
Damn.
Sorry.
And no, it's all right. It's all right. I'm just falling apart. I'm old. And the thing is that like whenever I'm in the hospital, the NAs, nurses assistants, are usually Filipina. Yeah, the CNAs. And they are always trying to hit on me, like, but I scare the shit out of them because I say, hey, baby, if you want to get down, let's do it. All right? No, I said, don't talk about it, be about it. And they
Boy,
go,
let me tell
and
you.
maybe I will be back.
That's the
Run off.
thing. Like people. Okay, so I will say this: I am not a fire starter, but I don't exactly stop fires. So that means I'm like a catalyst at some
That
point.
means she's an Aries and she'll keep that shit burning.
Oh, you're an Aries?
Yeah. So kind of how like you said. That's
I'm a
kind of how
Libra.
like when you say
Wow,
that.
you're a
Libra.
Libra?
I'm a Libra. Are you a Libra?
I'm a Libra.
Well, we are balancing out the scales, so
yeah.
you guys are, and Aries and Libras are on the opposite sides of the zodiac.
Wow.
And they're also on the opposite side of the table. This is scary.
Okay,
You
guys,
guys are creepy.
we need to have a seance right now. We need to conjure
Get
some
the fuck out of here! No.
No, don't conjure any spirits. I don't.
No, we actually need
Sorry,
to
I
exercise
don't mean to
the
say it
spirits
like
out of
that.
it.
Yeah, because
Let's
some
get this
motherfuckers show up
straight.
I don't want to fuck with. Yeah,
Thank
This
you.
is a very
I
old
will say that
building,
you
by the
don't
way.
have to be a Christian to understand that when you're fucking with bad shit, you're fucking with bad shit. And as a
true.
Christian woman, I'm like, oh hell no, mama, you can keep that. Don't say that no more. Not here while on my show. Okay, thank you.
There you go.
She was like, let's go catch a seance. I'm like, you would never say that in front of me before.
Hey, so I want to ask you, where did you grow up?
I grew up here. I actually
You
went
grew
to
up
St.
in-
Joseph's as an elementary.
Wow. Did you live over near the Brainwash?
I
over in
lived
that
on
alley?
Lafayette Street. Brainwash is like off of
Brainwash is 7th
by the
and
Parks
Folsom.
and Rec. So you know when the Parks and Rec was built,
Yeah.
I started going to the Parks and Rec that year, and they're about to renovate it to something glorious. But what they don't realize is that's the original structure that I went to when I was like in 4th grade
Wow.
in 1980.
Okay. And so your second
something.
your second husband, he was the one where you moved to the South.
Yeah. So I met him in the military, and we were both in the Air Force, and he was like, he actually got kicked out of the Air Force, and so I fucking got out of the Air Force too, because we were going to go to college. And we went to college. Yeah. I was going to make something of myself through this marriage.
Good for you.
As an Alberts woman. And 18 years later in Texas, it just didn't work out. So I came back, and I was 43 when I came back. And my mom doesn't understand that, and she still treats me like I'm 18.
Well,
Moms
you're always
are-
going to
moms
be.
are- My mom does that too.
Yeah. No. Where were you born? Where did you grow up, Sugar?
I
Nice?
was born in Midwest City, Oklahoma, military brat.
Oh, okay.
My father flew airplanes. My mother was the queen of the nurses in Oklahoma. Graduated from Westmore. Got my stripes on the south side, Oklahoma City. Let's see. Did a lot of shady shit that I had no business doing as a young thing. I think it saved my life moving out here. As I was in deep with some bad people back in Oklahoma.
Oh,
No.
wow.
No, I know this innocent face, but anyway.
And then we found each other.
And then we found each other in comedy. You came to OMG, and we've been besties ever since. But I graduated with a degree in art the same year that I moved out here, or like. I graduated in 2011, moved out here in 2012 with my family, and my mom got headhunted from Walnut Creek, and I started teaching. I've been teaching for over 10 years. Started doing comedy 4 years ago, so I could say the dirty shit that I can't say in front of my students.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
my
worry
home.
about now because they, like I said, they would harass me and hassle me and fire me, and like now it's going for everybody. You know what I mean? So I hope that it doesn't cause you. I got to tell you something. There's this guy who he's HR, and he would always go. He would always say off the record. He was like, and he would go off the record. This guy had pictures on his Facebook wearing assless chaps, and he was like this leather daddy guy, you know what I mean? But he wanted to tell me that what I was doing as a comic was wrong, and I'm not making any judgment about you being a leather daddy, but this is what you want to do. You know what I
Wow.
There you go. I love
and
that.
so they tried to fire. They wrote me up while I was in the hospital sick at one point.
That's vile.
I know.
Those fuckers. So, when I was working at the school I was at, the high school I was working at, I had some really supportive co-workers, and shout out to Miss Nisi, who is the one of the most supportive people of my comedy. And she she came out and she heard this kid I do about putting kids in cages, and she was just like, I fucks with you. And she
That's
gets
one of her
it,
jokes.
and I feel like all the coworkers that I've had have understood, and I made it very clear, like, I will not tell you a joke here on campus because you're gonna have to report me to HR. So if you're gonna hear a joke, it has to be in a mic, and you can't bring that shit to work.
Girl, let me tell you, but this is how much she actually does care for her kids. She left them with me, where I teach them comedy improv on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And so for the last 8 weeks, or the last 8 classes, I was working with them, trying to get them to write jokes. They were not wanting to write jokes. For one, you can't really tell them to do homework because you're not supposed to.
Right.
I wasn't supposed to assign homework, so I showed them clips of other teenagers doing jokes, and I was like, just tell me one of his jokes. And then that's how I got them to tell me jokes. Right? And then they got the feeling of like, oh, wow, this is what a joke feels like. Setup, punchline, and plot twist and all that good stuff. Now, we have a showcase March 15th for the kids, and they get to do 2 minutes.
I'll be there. I'll be there to support the babies.
I need to tell them, and we're gonna make a flyer and everything. The truth is, I'm done teaching them, but I'm gonna go ahead and give more time so that they can be prepared for the showcase.
Shout out to the nonprofit Laugh It Out Loud Hub.
Yes.
Shout out to Kathy. Yeah, it was a lot of work getting that into the school. And then, and then I put you on, Joanna, because I couldn't teach it because I was working the after school program.
Okay, so if not for Ashley and Kathy having this nonprofit, I wouldn't cross that
I'm not
bridge.
a part of the nonprofit. I just worked for them.
Right. No, but that's exactly. She referred me. Kathy is the
Founder?
one.
One of the founders.
One of the founders.
Kathy Zhao?
Yes, Kathy.
I actually helped her set that up.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, see, this is like really deep rooted. So, not only is she talking about the kids that get her in trouble and stuff, but I get to work with them, and I'm not even a teacher, so I'll be talking. No, I don't talk mess to them.
You're very respectful to
I
children.
am.
You really
I am
are
a
respectful
mother.
to children.
But I do let them know how I feel.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to.
Kathy,
Yeah, and I actually, let me reiterate it because I kind of said that while you were in the middle of that conversation. I helped in the beginning. I didn't help set the whole thing.
Gotcha,
She did
yeah.
really great. She's awesome.
I helped
Kathy
a little
is
bit.
wonderful.
I helped a little bit with the curriculum, and I helped a lot getting it into the school that we're at. And I hope the program thrives. I hope it thrives.
I think it is because for one, these kids were like, "Oh hell no, I don't want to be part of the showcase." But then what I would do is I bring a microphone stand and an amp, and then they get that feeling.
Yeah.
When I'm like,
They feel
next
the
up
power
on
of
the
the
mic,
mic.
yeah, next up on the mic, Jada, and the next thing you know, Jayla is like, "I want to be the MC." Oh dear Jesus, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then.
The kiddos.
Hey, so you were saying OMG that you've been doing it for 3 years now?
I think so, because it was when Rachel went on tour, and that was as I started comedy in 2021, and then by 2020, maybe 2 years. It feels like 3 years. It's 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. I don't remember when it started because Rachel went on tour and I took over, and then she came back.
Oh, you're talking about OMG with
Oh,
Pinson.
Rachel Pinson.
Rachel Pitts, that was her room to begin with, and then I covered for her, and then Abby was taking over, but then she had like a severe like vocal issue. Abby Lamport. She isn't really doing comedy much anymore. She had like nodes, and she had to stop speaking for like 3 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Who does Tuesdays?
That would be
'Cause it's
Brady
Pam
Pearson.
for the longest time, right?
Well, Pam made it very clear to me that my room has nothing to do with Mutiny Radio. So there's
wow.
that.
I am so
It's
sorry.
okay.
There's
Mutiny
that.
Radio doesn't have much to do with Mutiny Radio anymore, right? Because
Yeah,
they're
Mutiny
not even-
Radio is no longer.
Anyway.
Well, I mean, I know.
Wait,
I'm
hold on.
saying it. I can say it
Brady
nicely.
Brady Pearson is affiliated with Mutiny Radio, and that's carrying on through the legacy of Pam, and all of her open mics have been delegated to all of the people that she deems worthy, which is wonderful for her.
But that's
No,
great.
I'm
At
glad that
least
she provides stage time, but the only reason I was saying it is that if you have a venue such as OMG that people have been doing different shows for a number of years, it's not like you're stepping on someone's territory. I mean, if there's literally 4 shows in a night or in a week,
Yeah.
and they're all done by different producers,
Yeah.
and they've been doing shows there. I mean, OMG's been doing stuff for nearly a decade.
okay, that's what I was wondering.
So,
How long
yeah,
had
as long as that,
Tuesday's been a
as long as
night
you're
for
not
like
going in
how
and
many
stealing
nights
someone's room.
before you set yours up? They had a room on Tuesdays already.
The room on Tuesdays had been going on, and then Rachel Pinson had asked for someone to cover for her on the Sunday night. And,
You know, the truth is, it's like, okay, a lot of things are going to be transitioned over. As long as it's still going, that's amazing. But like, if we get caught up in the details of how it started, we're never going to get moving forward. But I do want to talk about this. Today marks 60 days from the day my husband first filed for the divorce. So according to Texas laws, I can be officially divorced today. Because there's a 60-day waiting period of, I guess, like the cool down.
Yeah, in the South it's quick. In the South it is so quick. Here it takes like 6 months,
Yeah.
even without any kind of property or children.
They need to tell motherfuckers that. Like,
But
if
like
you
in the
think
South,
you're gonna,
divorces, boom, over fast.
they need to tell people
when I got
that.
when I got divorced from my first ex-wife, It was over in like 30. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was, and
Because
it
there was
so
no
cheap.
property, no
It was-
assets. It was just
nothing. It was
cut and
like,
run.
leave
No.
me the fuck alone. And besides, she had moved. I set her up. She wanted to be a country and western singer. So I sent her to this guy that has a studio, and she ended up hooking up with him.
Oh, man,
and
that's
having
dirty.
a baby by him and marrying him.
That stings.
So
Oh no, it shouldn't.
Let's have
It
a
shouldn't.
toast for
Because
the
when I met her, the first night I met her, I went home with her, and when we
She
got
was
to
with
her,
someone's.
you know what? Well, when I got to her place, in the parking lot, there was this giant guy. This motherfucker was huge, wearing a brown suit. And he was like, "Come on, Kathy, come on, let's talk, Kathy." And we went upstairs and fucked.
Should have known.
Let's
Should've
have a
known
toast
from
for the
day one.
douchebag.
Let's-
So I did, but I did. Oh my God, I ran from her. And I ran here. I should have run back to New York City. But the one cool thing about running here is that the character that I developed, the person I am, I never could have developed that in New York City.
oh wow.
Because they were because see, my act used to be all silly character style voices,
Oh.
like a voice actor.
Okay.
Oh
And,
yeah, you did impressions.
well, no, not necessarily impressions, no, but they were just silly
Little
silly,
act outs of characters that
Yeah, little
probably
silly-
were in his life.
Yeah,
Like the
little-
guy at the corner store.
Yeah.
And the people at your job.
So
Right.
that's why you're a part of the community.
That's what got it.
That's
what got him
That's dope.
fired.
And no. They
We're
were
just teasing.
okay.
We're just.
So, okay.
But when I got here, people just because I got to tell you something. The most racist place I've ever lived is here.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. Oh, without doubt.
Wow, I'm from
Without-
Oklahoma. It gets pretty racist in
Ooh.
Oklahoma.
Oh well, see, here's the deal. The difference is in Oklahoma and everywhere else, they're upfront about
Yeah.
how they feel about you.
Yeah, they'll show
Okay.
you their KKK card. They
Right.
will.
Here,
Right.
here it's
Right.
like
The
behind
flag
your
on the
back.
bar.
And here people like
It's polite. It's
it's
polite
your
racism.
imagination, Nick. I mean, Tony.
Gaslighting.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, you're
They're
talking about this day and
gaslighting
age.
you. Okay.
So it's worse in that respect. I mean, if somebody is openly racist to you, you know to stay away from them.
Yeah.
Whereas here, you just walk blindly into stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
You
see
understand what I'm
that.
saying?
Yeah.
So, oh my God. So, it was that was really rough for me.
Oh, a side note. I went to school to Bessie Carmichael around
Okay.
the corner for pre-K. All
Oh,
right.
go ahead.
And I'm American born, but I look like everybody. I look like everybody who came from Cambodia, Vietnam, the Philippines. And when they found out I was American born, they bullied me
Oh, of course.
because I look just like them, but I don't sound like them. I don't act like them. I got like this kind of bravado. I guess that's what they thought it was. So my mom had to take me out of that school, like even though it was my neighborhood. So she had to put me in private school anyways. That's why I ended up going to like St. Joseph.
I gotta be honest with
eventually.
you. I've never understood what the problem was ever. I mean, where I grew up in Arkansas, everybody was there.
Yeah.
Everybody.
But you know, kids are hella honest.
Yeah, but
Kids
I
are
mean,
hella
but you know,
honest.
who do they learn that shit from?
Right.
Yeah. So
You
they're looking at
understand?
me.
So if you're like, I got to be honest with you, certain things I didn't hear until I was like, I don't know, maybe 6 or something like that. You know, certain things that my family didn't say.
Oh wow.
You know, I didn't hear the shit until like, wow. And then when I heard it, couldn't unhear it, and I would talk to my father or my mother about that shit, and they go,
Well, what's the trip is my mom's originally from the Philippines, so her family's originally from the Philippines. So when they come down here, they treat me different because I'm the American born. Ooh, I went to the Philippines as a kid. They were racist to me too.
oh my God.
Yeah, they're like,
Are you bilingual?
I understand what they're saying about me.
Oh,
But you
okay.
can't.
But I
you
can't-
speak Tagalog.
I mean, so
Some
the
words.
island is Ilongo. The language was Ilongo at
Okay, sorry.
on the island, but I confused it a lot and I mispronunciate words, and they would laugh at me so hard.
Aww.
So it just made me not want to even try. I would try because like bus drivers, they have to know when you want to stop. So I understood how to tell them to stop. That's it.
That's funny.
I was a survival of the fittest.
let's talk about what your mom was telling me on New Year's. So, Joanne had invited me to like a family gathering on New Year's Eve, and I kind of got taken into the fold. I'm part of the family now, and her mom was telling me that her grandfather was actually American, and she fought for American citizenship because of that. And that was such a beautiful story.
He was a
told
German
me.
American who landed in the Philippines, found him a nice Filipina, but her background is that her family found the province. So we were like the street name is her grandfather. So.
Wow.
Yeah. So when my mom took me to the Philippines, I got a story. First thing that I saw, I was 8 years old. 7. I was 8 or 7, one of those. And they gave me a tour around the province, and it was cool and all. But then there was like a bunch of dead bodies, and I was
wow.
Like piled up.
piled up. Yeah, they were
Okay.
just piled up like pallet on each other, and I was like, "What happened?" And they were like, "Oh, we just got invaded by the New People Army, but this is the bodies that were unclaimed, so we're just leaving it out for them." And that's what I saw at 8 years old, and I was like, "Okay."
Wow.
And I was
And
like,
I'm proud
"My mom,
to be an American.
my mom was in Japan singing, so she just dropped me off in the Philippines, and I was like, okay." I guess this is what it is. There's witches that roam the streets, and
Wait, what?
so at night they have us carry a stingray tail, a dried up stingray tail. So like if a dog approaches us, if you hit it, a witch will reveal itself.
So like the dogs are possessed by witches.
So like
This is very similar to Haitian
a
cultures.
skinwalker.
No, skinwalker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a
that they're
skinwalker.
skinwalkers.
Wow.
So whenever they left at night, they had a stingray tails, and their stingray tails.
So
are
you can't just use
long.
anything. It has to be a stingray.
It has to be stingray tail.
Okay.
And it's like they go pack and then they reveal themselves. I don't know. But this is what I was learning as 8. It's like folklore, like in front of me. Dude, something rattled our roof, and they're like, that's a manananggal. But they have bats that are big like people. And I think that's what they get confused with.
Wow.
All right, let's take it away from me. I feel like I talk too much.
I used to work at the Oakland. Hang on. I used to work at a zoo in a city that rhymes with Pokeland, and apparently, I was a teacher there for summer camp, and apparently most of the animals are on birth control, and the baboons use the same birth control that I do.
Wait a minute. Why are the animals on birth control?
Because they have to keep the numbers down. Like they're not equipped to. Because if they didn't have birth control, they would just have all these babies. And what happens a lot of the time is, like, for example, the baboons will kill the babies. Like the males will kill
How
the
did
babies.
you find out they use the same birth control?
I asked.
Who did you ask? The baboon?
No, one of my
No,
coworkers.
he uses a magnet.
One of my coworkers, she was so. In order to be a zookeeper, you have to do so many hours in one structure, like wherever
Like
the animals
habitat.
are. Yeah, in one
Like
habitat.
clinical.
So her specialty was the baboons. So she was telling me that, and how like they have to keep the numbers down because then because so they curb the women the lady the lady the babonettes the baboons they curb the babonettes down so that because what happens is like one male will impregnate all of the women, and if they suspect that a male had fathered a different baby, they would kill the babies.
Oh, no.
So they're trying not to have dead baby and baboons being thrown against the walls,
Wow.
in a city that rhymes with Pokeland. Just
I love how you're so discreet.
Oakland.
but the bats there were all male bats, and I wanted to work in the bat house because I thought it would be fun. And a guy that worked in, he was like, "You don't want to the stuffed animals they have there are there because it's all males in the bat house." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "They just be rubbing up against them."
They're
He's
hella
like,
horny.
Yeah, and then in the goat house,
Yeah, the
most
contact
of-
yard. The contact
most
yard.
of the goats are male.
I don't
know
know.
in San Francisco,
Oh, okay.
and they stink. They're the stinky ones.
Yeah.
Have you ever pet a kangaroo?
No.
No, but I have fed a giraffe.
Giraffes are, yeah.
Giraffes have purple tongues.
They have long ass tongues. Oh my God.
They're purple so that they don't get sunburnt.
Is that what it is?
Oh, get out of
I
here.
tried to tongue kiss one when I was feeding them. They're like, stop. I was like,
Stop that. Oh my God. Only you.
You are. Oh my God, you are a
Only
freak.
you.
You are a freak.
It's cool though.
There's not even a tab on you porn for you.
She hella keeps me humble. I'm just saying, because I'm always like.
What does that mean?
Okay, let me say it like this. At the club, when people are dropping jokes that are supposed to be like repulsive, she's like, "That's what I'm talking about. I'm into that." And they're like, "Wait."
I like blue humor. I do.
They're like, "Wait, I was trying to be repulsive," and she's like, "Good, keep it coming." But I love Ashley for that because she speaks my mind. I just don't say that stuff out loud.
That's funny. That's funny.
It's called good.
I made
show.
joke about bestiality, but I don't actually practice it. Okay, guys. All right.
Oh yeah, I only laugh because I know that she doesn't do that.
It's wrong. Animals can't consent. Someone
what?
recently said actually they can. They can bite. They can scratch. They can kick.
Take tags from your audience and your hecklers. What's going on? That's great. Have you ever
Rakesh said that to me.
I
Rakesh said
love
actually they
that.
can consent. They can bite. They can scratch. They can. That's how they say no.
Here's
So-
a question for everybody in the room. Has anybody ever taken a heckler's remark or another person's outburst and used it later because that shit got a laugh?
Well, okay.
Oh, later?
So I've had a guy walk up. I've had a guy. It was Easter. I have it on video. That video got like 3K of views. A guy walked up and tried to take the mic from me.
Oh, wow.
And so later
Who
on,
was your host? Anyway, go
I
on.
was the host.
Oh,
okay.
you're talking about
Okay.
OMG?
Yeah, at OMG. So I like pointed at the guy. I used to be a substitute teacher. I pointed. I'm like, you look like you were a little shit to your substitute teachers. And he said, I was homeschooled. I'm like, say less, sir. That explains so much. And then he started saying, how many kids do you have? And I was like, I don't have kids. I'm doing the world a favor. I'm doing the world a favor. And so this guy, he was outside, and one of the other comics was talking to him. He has 5 kids with 5 different women, all of them different races,
Oh, wow.
and all of his kids are homeschooled. He was mad because they were in a gay club, but they were waiting for all the strip clubs to open on North Beach. I think he was actually cruising for gay men and realized there was nothing but a bunch of comics there and no one to cruise for.
Oh my goodness.
So that was the joke I told after he left about him
Okay.
cruising.
That's
Okay.
pretty
So,
funny.
so you were inspired by something that happened.
It's
It's
a
not like
story.
somebody blurted out something.
Well, like he said, he had 5 kids. How many kids do you like? I was saying that
Right.
like say less. You were homeschooled. Say less, sir. That explains so much. Like
I mean, so many people workshop their jokes on social media. They'll put out a post and they'll look for the 107 comments
and look
go,
for gold.
Let me farm this. Let me farm this. And you know that's what we're all kind of doing
Yeah.
in a way. It's a trial ground, right? It's a place to check things out. It's your little lab online.
okay, yeah.
You're like Dexter in
That
his
might be
laboratory,
something.
kind of mixing up potions and seeing what works, what reacts. I mean, as long as it's not like what do they call that?
A poll.
No, when they when people bait you or they troll.
Troll.
As long as you're not trolling for like saying something racist and
Yeah,
waiting for
yeah.
everybody to jump in because you're a middle-aged white guy saying some racist ass shit, you know, or whatever. I mean, as long as you're not baiting or goading some negative response from people.
I am so green in comedy.
See, I never thought of farming for comments on Facebook. That never would have occurred to
Well,
me.
based on but only based on a premise that you have. I wouldn't go look at another comedian's post and go, "Oh, that's a good premise. Let me go take his
Right.
post
Oh,
and
not
farm
a
his
post.
jokes."
Yeah.
No.
I know that's what
But
you
somebody's
meant.
got to wake up in the morning and
Oh,
go,
you're
"Hey, what
saying
do you guys
taking
think
somebody else's
about?"
post.
Especially when you have 1,000 friends that are comedians in the Bay Area and beyond. I mean, it would be at least it's an idea of.
Collaboration.
So I always do timely jokes. My monologue whenever I host, it's usually about jokes that have happened in the last week. I'll take something out of the news. I'll talk about whatever. And one thing I'll do before I tell my joke is I'll go watch all 3 late night talk shows because it seems like they all have the same joke about the same topic and the same damn punchline.
Right.
So if they're doing it, I'm not doing it. And so it's just there's so many times where I can watch Jimmy Kimmel then switch over to Jimmy Fallon. They just talked about Trump and him losing money and this was the setup and this was the punch. It's like they have the same writers.
Well,
Sometimes.
yeah.
No, I just wanted to point out, like being green in the comedy scene, I'm learning that there's truly a recipe to being successful as a comedian.
Oh yeah.
And I call myself a comedian because I hit open mics, but the truth is I haven't even ventured into the cutthroat nature of comedy because I'm still going through a divorce. I've got enough going on.
Well, here's the thing. You don't have to. Okay, I used to run into this guy. I used to live with this guy. He used to tell me the best game is no game at all.
Okay, just be you, right?
Yeah. So the thing is that I'm telling you, when you ignore stuff, it doesn't affect you.
Yeah,
It's not even
that's
that I'm
true.
ignoring stuff. I'm oblivious.
Well,
I don't.
especially if you're oblivious. The
It's
bottom
like
line is this: it's about you moving forward.
Yeah.
If you focus on moving forward, those are the results you get.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I had a friend in comedy. We don't speak anymore, but every little slight, every little thing that somebody said in passing or whatever to him, he would just get so bent out of shape about it. Like every little thing, every little subliminal
You
post he saw on
can't.
Facebook, and it was
You
just
can't.
like, you know, since I have not been friends with this person, I have slept so much deeper.
Oh, you
And
sleep
I've
so
been
much
so,
better. Yes.
like, you know, like the
Yes.
stress of like having to baby somebody's fragile fucking ego
Yes.
is like, I gotta say, like it helps me to know that like I'm secure enough. Like, as I know, if people are talking about me, that means I'm doing something right.
There you go.
Even
is
if
this
they
another comedian or just a fellow human
this
being?
this was a fellow comedian. It's actually two. It was like two people in a row that this was a situation with. But
I think you should be in touch with your emotions, right? But
you can
because
be,
you're an artist, right?
But you don't need
can't
to
be
bring
overly.
it. But it got to a point where it's just like every time they got slighted, it was like I had to cool them off, and it's like
Yeah,
No,
they're in
that's
the
not
wrong
because
business.
you-
They're in
that's
the
just
wrong
because you
business for the wrong
care.
reason.
I don't
That's
got
just
time
because
for
you
this
care
shit.
and you
Yeah.
chose to care. But the truth is, people need to handle their own shit. It's not for us to take care of. I've got my own kids. I don't even take care of his shit because he could take care of his
Yeah,
own shit.
yeah, exactly.
So the last guy who was like, "Hey, I'm having problems paying this," I looked at him. I'm like, "You ain't even my son." You know what I mean? At
Yeah,
the bar,
yeah.
I'm like, "Why would I help you?" But anyways, I've been kind of mean. I've been kind of cunty to people. I'm just
You've
saying,
been.
like,
I think you've been
extra.
preserving. I think you've been preserving how many fucks you have to give is what you have been doing.
Right.
Not mean.
How
You're
are
not
you
mean.
being mean to people?
I don't know. They keep on starting fights with me. I'm just saying.
No, people don't like to stay in their lane anymore.
Okay. So I don't start fires, but
well,
I don't
okay,
expect.
But she doesn't put them out either. She doesn't put them out either. She'll
Okay,
throw some
why-
gasoline on that shit and watch it burn.
Because I was just
But
angry.
why are people fucking
Exactly. Okay.
I think it's because you're small and you look like
Well,
someone you
For
could be fucked
instance,
with.
we were at a place, and then my drink and my purse was in that place, and this boy sat down, and I said, "Excuse me, my stuff is there," and he's like, "You can hold the attitude," and I was like, as he was walking away, I was like, "Who do you think you're talking to?" And he said, "A bitch," and I corrected him. I told him who the fuck he was talking to, and he said he didn't care, and I didn't care what he thought because I was gonna fight him. I was in a bad mood.
Yeah.
I don't fight men.
Next
I
time
try
you
not
should
to
say,
fight men. I'm
you-
too
hey,
pretty for this
She
shit.
said, "You should respect me, motherfuckers, Miss Bitch." You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There you go. You know what? I was honestly
Yeah, we
thinking
get on a
this.
first name basis.
I was honestly thinking this. I would like to convert my anger into comedy, and instead of wanting to punch them, I'll make them laugh. There you go. If I can make him
don't
laugh.
make them laugh. Make the audience laugh at them.
Well, what I'm saying is, at that instance, while I'm dealing with this dude who's clenching his fist, because I looked at him and I was like, "Why you think you're clenching your fist? Who do you think you're talking to?" Because he was clenching his fist, like he was gonna do something. I needed him to recognize that I'm a woman and he's a man. But he thought he was talking to a bitch, and I guess that makes it all right.
Yeah, and besides, this sounds like somebody who's in his 20s.
Oh, it was. I don't know
So it was
who
some
he
drunk
was.
guy at a bar.
Yeah.
No.
no.
Because see, young men are so fucking stupid.
What's
They
worse
really
is
are. I
he
agree with
stated,
that
he's like,
100%.
"I'm a regular here," and I'm like, that changes nothing. That doesn't mean you can be rude to me, because his comment was, "You can hold the attitude." My attitude was, "I'm telling you, I exist."
You're right. Exactly.
Yeah, I hate when
But men-
handicapped people are rude. You know, because they think they can. Fuck you.
But you know I'm handicapped, right?
I think
Yeah,
that
but
just.
I'm talking about motherfuckers in the wheelchair. You see motherfuckers in the wheelchair. Fuck
But
that.
Joanne, getting back to what you're saying, I think it's definitely it's like the misogyny is real when like a woman is just trying to exist, and it's like, no, you have an attitude because you're not being pretty and you're not being cute and you're not being fuckable. You know what I mean?
Oh my God! And
Like,
then,
and
You
that's
know-
the misogyny is real.
You know, for the longest time, I tried to start a all ladies comedy night at the Brainwash forever. Right?
I heard that you had women signed up first. You made that be a rule
Oh,
when
yeah.
you were running
Well-
that. I heard
Ladies
that.
first?
The legacy of Tony.
That was the regular Brainwash. I had women sign up odd numbers only and first because if they didn't, they would look and they'd leave.
I got you.
It would take forever to get up.
Because one time, I mean, well, not one time, but I noticed that ladies have a tendency if it's not working, if I'm not getting what I need right away, I'm gonna quit. You know what
That's
I mean?
fair. That's fair.
And
Anyway.
I think we all respected that because even when you had us line up on the Langton Alley,
Right.
we all knew it was girls up front. So whoever girls, they knew they could skip the line. Nobody would look sideways at them.
What
Yeah.
a psychological
respect.
approach.
But there was always one guy that says, "I'm a girl." No, nigga, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
I mean, if he act like a girl, can you treat him like a girl? I'm just saying.
No, but that's
If
bullshit.
you've gone through the operation, you can get your spot in the line.
Yeah, and there were some people who went through an operation.
Can I say something? I think that I'm so damn masculine. I've got like some masculine energy, like testosterone.
I think that's from being in the military, though.
I don't know what it is,
I
but
think it's from being in the military. I think you had to make up for the fact that you were surrounded by men
that's true.
in a man's field.
Dude,
you
I'd be
know?
forgetting I'm Filipina too. So like they see this little Filipina girl, and
Yeah.
I forget what I look like because I think I look like them, but I don't.
You have a giant complex.
Well, for the night that we were out, and whenever anybody messed with us, my method was to look them down, not look at them.
And
to
it's
look
scary.
at them.
That look she gives is scary. I get scared. It's like the mama stare. Like,
But I gotta be honest with you, I don't understand.
Why people are messing with me?
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
get it.
she's delightful.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're delightful.
Oh, sorry. Oh,
Oh,
I
no,
hit
you're
decline
okay.
because I thought
No,
that was
it's
my
okay.
phone.
Please hit decline. You should hit decline. That's your monitor.
All right. Yo, I heard a story on this lady who's a financial advisor, and she got scammed out of $50,000.
Oh wow.
Okay? And they were talking about she thought it was an Amazon. They even had her talking to the FBI and such. She is a bright woman. She is a bright woman. At any given time where she felt uncomfortable, she should have stopped the situation and been like, let me do a little research. But when they insist that you keep on going, you're like, wait, hold on. You're not even going to give me a second to breathe? What's wrong with this? She's a bright-ass woman. She's telling this on the news. And I'm like, okay. Well, I'm glad she did. Don't get scammed, y'all. $50,000 is a lot. She got scammed, and they convinced her to go to the bank and withdraw that money.
Oh wow.
Did I mention she's a financial advisor?
Yeah.
She should have known better.
Well, I mean, you know, some people they've got that perfected. You know.
Well, I mean, I was a financial advisor, and one of the things we taught was like scams.
Yeah.
Recognize a scam, and if it's too good to be true,
It is.
There you go.
Yeah.
all right. I want to hear more from y'all because I feel like I'm talking way too much.
Oh no, baby, no.
So wait, Tony, you like to do karaoke?
No, I don't.
You don't sing? You seem like
Do you
you'd
like
be
to
a good
sing
singer.
by yourself, like in the shower? In the car?
I-
Do some Barry White? No.
No, I don't sing. I often, because of my speaking voice, people have a tendency to believe that I'm a great singer, but I'm not. And I had a really amazing girlfriend that was a vocalist. That she had a big hit in '97 on the dance charts.
Oh wow.
We used to ride around in a limousine drinking champagne. It was great. But she could sing. I met her probably around 87. And we ended up
It's like
kinda,
10 years, yeah.
Yeah, kind of being, I mean, I never lost contact with
Okay,
her.
what was the song?
Love Commandments. It was a dance song.
That sounds dope.
It's
97?
it's way like a dance
Like
song.
EDM, like with electronic dance?
Yeah, it's
Awesome.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
97 was the rise of electronic
Yeah, it
music.
was. Yeah.
yeah.
Where they started to integrate like techno
Yeah, they
music
were.
into...
In fact, even during that time, they were trying to take things back to the '70s and
Oh,
and
yeah,
take
always
back,
sampling.
trying to make things more disco-ish. And so she had this one song called "Love Commandments" that was huge.
Can you pull it up just so we could hear it? I'd love to hear it.
So wait a minute. So before that, you were with a country. Before or after you had so you have a thing for singers. You had the country singer that you.
Oh,
they put
she
in-
couldn't
and
really
the-
sing. My first ex-wife. Oh my God, she could not. She sounded like. Do you remember All in the Family? She sounded like Edith Bunker. So it was like, yeah, happy trails to you. Like that.
That's a good one. Huh?
Yeah, but it's true. That's very true. But no, this lady could sing, and so it was very
Dude,
and black. And see, you gotta understand, most black people, when it comes to
They grew up in the
karaoke,
church.
and you go to like a black karaoke situation, this is serious.
Yeah,
it's like The
it's-
Voice.
yeah,
It's like
yeah.
American Idol.
true.
I'm coming in here to win.
It's competitive.
It is
It's no
competitive.
bullshit.
What's her name?
Where?
You know
her
it.
name is Giselle Jackson.
Giselle. Okay, because I'm trying to
be
pull it up.
One L.
And I know where you're going with that because if you go to I'll just say, if you go to a primarily white bar, they're all drunken idiots.
Right.
And so that's why I even say when people go up and do comedy, like at an open mic, I go, just don't be a drunken idiot like you're at karaoke.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. But everybody thinks they can. I've had at the Brainwash. There was this one guy who showed up. He was, I guess, a drug dealer, a little young guy.
Oh my gosh.
And he had a gun. He was way wasted. Like he couldn't barely hold himself up. He go, I'm going up next. You know.
Oh, okay. So
And he had a
how did
gun.
you handle that? I'm
And-
curious.
Was he like brandishing and saying, "Put me up next"?
Oh yeah, basically.
Damn.
I would ask for the gun. Just, yo, sir, can you put the gun
Well,
somewhere?
luckily for me,
safe?
I had the Kenny. Kenny, you remember Kenny?
Oh, yeah. The
Goldilocks,
blonde kid.
Gaithor, yeah.
Yeah, the blonde kid.
This guy, he worked at one point at a strip club, and he was really good about being a drunk person whisperer.
Oh, goodness gracious.
He was a good bouncer.
Oh my God, he would just talk to him. He said, "Look, you know what? You really don't want to go up like that."
Nice.
And they go, okay. And they just walk out. But I've had, but everybody thinks they can, and I swear to God, everyone thinks they can do comedy. I don't care what people tell you. They're
Yes,
like, oh, no.
I agree.
Everyone's
Yeah.
got it in their
And it's
heart.
always the same things, right? They always say, "Oh, people tell me I'm funny."
Right. And they go and then they get up and they go, I'm not a comic, I'm a storyteller. Well, just tell me
us.
you're going to fucking bomb, right?
Right.
Because that's what that is. Because fuck a story. You understand what I'm saying? A story only works when you understand your character. All right? If you don't understand your character, that shit's going to eat. You're going to eat shit.
And we still want the same LPMs. We still want the same laugh per minute. We still want to laugh every 15 seconds, right?
Exactly.
And so,
Exactly. But that's understanding your character and delivering the story within the framework of your character. And people don't get that. And it takes years. Like it took Flip Wilson 16 years.
well, look at how many characters he had developed. But look
Yeah.
at something like Geraldine even evolved over time.
Right. It took him 16 years to become, and he was telling story jokes. You know what I mean? It took him 16 years to get
16
that
years.
down.
First person to have first black person to have a comedy label.
Yeah, he was so smart.
He was really smart.
He was very smart. He worked
Great
with NBC
show. Oh my gosh.
and came out like I got to be honest with you. NBC,
Were ahead of their time.
no. NBC will fuck the shit out of you. Okay.
Well, they gave
Yeah.
a lot of people a shot, but then they held them back. Even like Richard Pryor's show.
Of course, they okay.
It's
here-
corporate.
Didn't Nick
That's because
Cannon
it's
say
corporate.
this NBC stands for "Inward Better Come"?
Well, I got to tell you, they
You're
have
talking about, like, in the
they have a
80s?
contract that you sign. This is probably even now.
What?
I did Showtime at the Apollo in '87, but so they have a contract that you sign that does not work in your behalf.
I bet it doesn't. It works on their behalf.
Yeah, it does not
It's
work in
to-
your behalf
it's always to protect
whatsoever.
them.
They completely own. They might. You might as well say, "I'm signing my soul away," because they own everything about you for the over the course of at least 2 years. They'll like give you. Used to be a lot of money in comedy. Now they'll give you like $20,000. Used to be a lot of money in music. You know, because music they would give you a development deal.
Right.
They'll give you money to create an album and create an audience.
Oh, wow.
But they don't do that now. Everything now is on the artist, and if you're smart enough, you make that happen.
Right.
It's all about knowing.
But it's
what you're getting
always been
into.
like that for certain people, though. What were you gonna say?
I
Vic?
feel like a lot of people go into things not doing the research, and like if you don't do the research into what career field you're going into, which is for me comedy, right? So what I did, I started looking up comedy techniques, and one of the things I found first was comedy etiquette. So I feel like I learned comedy etiquette and then just took it from there because really etiquette only applies different. It applies differently everywhere else. I started in Texas, and the etiquette applies differently there.
Or there's little
Different
tweaks to
audience
it.
styles.
Oh,
or-
definitely different audience, more reserved. And
Really?
I was
More
hella.
conservative, sure.
Well, it was easier for me to be Christian out loud there.
Well, I gotta tell you, I was in Florida, and they are super. They may be dirty, but I mean, they were like really super conservative. Like everybody,
Well,
everybody,
let's call
black,
it
white. They
morals.
were just very right wing.
I just like to
You can
think
be
that there's
moral and
moral.
not be conservative.
And then I was in
Just say-
Texas. I thought they would not get back. 10 years ago? Yeah, about 10. Oh, a little over 10 years ago. And I thought they would not get me at all.
But they did they?
Oh my God, they loved the monkey
Yeah.
shit out of me. It was amazing.
Shit. Oh
It
my
was
God.
amazing. The first show I did, they said, "Oh, you're the headliner." What the fuck?
What part of Texas?
It was South Texas. It was like at the bottom, like
South-
Raymondville,
Chili
like
pep-
very like we're right at the border where people could just step over and from Mexico
be
and
in
come
Mexico.
in.
Okay. I like Corpus Christi and
And the first show was I headlined
nice.
at this really horrible neighborhood, scary.
I sound like 6th Street.
And it doubled as the place doubled as a wrestling.
Oh, like a wrestling match place,
Arena?
like a
A boxing
funny.
ring?
Was there wrestling going?
There was a boxing ring.
No,
Were
I
you
was
on
there.
stage
I
in-
was
in the
there.
arena?
No, I was there a day before the wrestling.
Okay.
or
Was there a
after.
lot of blood on the wrestling mat?
No, but it was
Okay.
definitely. You could tell it was where people wrestled.
I see what you're saying.
And so I went up. It blew my mind. I got a standing ovation.
Nice.
And I was a lot more powerful than I am now. I really like dived in because I thought I'm gonna fail. So I just really went all out.
No fear.
I didn't care if you don't like me, you don't like me. But I'm gonna give you everything.
Right.
And so, man, when I got through, everybody stood up. And it fucked my head up. I had to like
Shut up.
I had to pretend like I
You're
wasn't
like, "What's happening
crying.
here?"
You know what I mean? Because I started to cry. I couldn't believe it.
I love that.
I could not believe. And then I had a girlfriend at that time. I was with her, and her son, was like this. He was like, "Who is this motherfucker? This not the same guy I met, right?" And he was like looking at me, and I'm trying really hard, just like trying hard not to cry. But it blew. It was such an amazing experience.
Wow.
I bet that like catapulted you to more bigger things because whenever those
Well,
Didn't it?
So
Like-
here's the deal. The beauty of it is they kept me working the 3 months I was there, and I made more money in 2 months there than I would make in a year and a half here. It was great. They were really
And
peeling
the
me
cost
off.
of living was lower too.
Well, I wasn't even spending any money at all.
and gas is hella cheap in Texas.
Any money at all. Anyway, I was only spending man, it was so amazing.
Real boost of confidence.
Yeah. So, but when I came back here, that same targeted energy and
Right.
like going, they were like, I got.
What happened to you?
Yeah, I got more stares than I got actual laughs because I was doing most of my work. Was here, but most of my work was doing in Santa Rosa, in that area, Santa Rosa.
So you
Roman
feel
Park.
me? Like how different regions they respond differently.
Yeah, they
to,
were like just looking at me like all fucking amazed and shit. Like, oh wow, oh my god, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was crazy. It was wild.
Do you mind if I ask you a question? One thing that you said in the beginning of the podcast is that you got the name The Godfather, but it was kind of ribbing you. It was messing with you. And it was because you were kind of being... they didn't want you around the Holy City Zoo.
Well, here's the deal. How do I explain it to you? Like they would either put me on really super late there.
You felt it. You
Like,
knew something was up.
Right. They would put me on either very, very super late, or they said, "Oh, we're full. We can't put you on."
Wow.
So I said, "Okay." And then they always made cracks about me being black, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well,
Like,
Yeah.
Did you forget that you were black or something?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a schizophrenic motherfucker that lives down the hall from me that keeps going like, "Oh, he thinks he's white." I'm like, "Motherfucker, where did you get that from? What the fuck is your problem?"
again,
But
mental
he's
health in
schizophrenic.
America, right.
Anyway, but here's the deal. They didn't really. They were really pushing me out. So I started my own stuff, and my own stuff got successful really fast.
And so that was fine, but that was just weird.
So they started to call me, like I said, the Don King of the open mic. They started to call me
Anything
God.
to try
I
to get
could
your
see-
goat.
I could
Yeah,
see
but
how-
I mean, what they were doing is they were trying to
They were trying to...
deter people from coming my way. But here's the problem with that: they weren't opening the door for anybody that was coming their way, so they had no other choice but to
Wait,
come
did
my
you
way.
have
Funny.
Don
So
King
that
hair?
was a boys' club.
Did you have Don
And I
King
can say
hair?
that
I wanna
because
know.
Yeah,
most of them were middle-aged, or
Most of them were just
So-
white guys, and
Right.
the
gonna
group
forget
was
my
called
train of
Nervous
thought.
Laughter.
There's
There
only
was
a couple- I can think
one
of one.
white woman,
Okay.
and then there was a Filipino guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say there
which
was a
wasn't Samson, and there was one.
Hispanic guy that I know of that used to... Oh, know of him.
No.
Never met him.
Okay, so tying back to how it is an insult, I remember that in that time, Don King was known as like
He was ripping people off.
he was ripping people off. He was ripping Mike
Michael
Tyson
Jackson,
off.
Mike Tyson, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He was a
Boris
big
Jackson.
promoter.
Yeah. So even though it sounds like the Don King of the times, you have to remember at that time Don King was a traitor in
Yeah,
people's
Don
eyes.
King. We had 10.
But
yeah,
today, it sounds like Don King sounds like an honorary title, like you're
Yeah.
Don King because he was
right,
he did
but
so
see,
much
people
shit.
tend to things change.
Yeah,
People
yeah.
tend to forget.
The
like,
pop culture
I get it.
changes.
I
Yeah.
get it. So,
yeah.
but at least now you're just magnified as great. Yeah.
Now when I think of Don King, I think of his mugshot.
Oh my God.
The Don King issues.
Oh, that's what I was asking. Did you have his hair? Did you have Don King hair?
No, but I had a afro for a long time.
Dude, I would have rocked it.
I had a big afro, and by accident I had a buddy, and I wanted him to just trim it, and he was having some emotional
You
issues.
fucked up your hair.
Oh,
Well, he
no.
buzzed me. You know,
Oh, no.
he had a barber shop. He was my barber for the longest time, but he was breaking. His girlfriend was being ugly to him because he lost his shop and everything, trying to get him to leave. And so I said, look, just trim my hair. I was trying to be kind and everything like that. And he buzzed me. And I started getting a lot of compliments from women.
Oh, really?
So, only
In
dudes.
a way, he did you a favor.
Yeah, only dudes were like, hey, girl, where you fro? What happened? You know what I mean? And so I didn't grow it back. You know?
Yeah, I think at some age it stops growing back the same way.
Oh, it does, but I mean, it was long for
Wait,
a long time.
that was you
it was way-
young. That was
No,
young.
it wasn't that long ago. It was It was before I met you guys. I had a big afro. Yeah, I had a big old afro. You remember the afro?
Yeah.
My mom, and when she sang, she rocked a fro. It's because she could just like
she get a perm?
she had really thick, curly hair, very thick, coarse hair, and all she had to do was just put hairspray and tease it a little, and it was like that.
Oh, that's funny.
Cute.
My
That's cute.
my son, who's like we both have Negropino children.
I didn't say.
Or
he said.
or as my son calls it, Blasian level 1.
That's what my son said.
You almost made the
Blasian.
disclaimer button go off. That was close.
Anyway, my son, when he was little, he says he would always say, "How come I can't have an afro like you?" You know, but he lets his hair grow long, and it's poofy now.
Oh yeah, no, my
where it wasn't before.
that.
Before it was like big wavy straight, and underneath it at the bottom it would look like this.
Well, they say like male pattern baldness and all that stuff comes from the mother's side of the
Right.
family.
Mother's father.
Well,
Mother, father, so.
he has like a lot of facial hair, and I never can really grow facial hair. He has a lot of
Oh
facial
wow,
hair.
really?
Yeah, he looks like like me a lot,
But 25.
but to like a, yeah.
But 25.
Yeah, but the difference is when I didn't gain all this weight until 2005.
Oh,
2005 when I guess I got fat, really fat,
I
and he's been fat for a long time.
what happened? You got married?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you get married, sometimes that.
Yeah, I got really, okay, so when I was married to his mom, I got really fat, and then I lost 80 pounds after I left her, like boom. Yeah,
Right?
80 pounds. And then when child support fucking fucked me at Christmas.
I'm sorry, didn't mean to laugh at like that.
No, they took like $10,000 from me at Christmas.
That'll make you go on a diet.
And then I just blew up because I couldn't eat nothing but bread. You know,
Oh my
that's all I could afford
God.
Man.
was free bagels. You know what I mean?
Free bagels. Taking
You know how they give you.
Vegetables are expensive.
I know how I used to get
Vegetables-
bagels on a Thursday.
You know how they give it? Yeah, down at the fucking thing.
Wait, where can you get free bagels at?
The place is closed now, but yeah.
No, but they give you free bagels at the right here
Honestly,
at up the street right
Okay,
here.
I can afford to buy bagels. It's okay.
Where's right near the
I got one for you.
what's the place where they have the
Like a bakery?
no, it's a food court. Not a food court, but it's on Sundays and Wednesdays.
Oh, the
Farmers market. That right in the farmers market area, they give out the free bagels
Oh, nice.
when you pour. And then the churches have
yeah, that's
like
what I wanted to
the
say.
churches they with the free meals, they very carb heavy.
Yeah.
Which for us, that used to be UN Plaza. Now it's Hyde Plaza.
Yeah.
My mom attends
That-
church at St. Mary's Cathedral up by Goff, I think it is.
Glide?
Golf.
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 And on Sundays down in the basement, they have their little get-togethers, and they get like a bunch of bread from Panera Bread and all these like bakeries. And so it's not just free bread; it's great bread.
There you go. Am I the only person though that doesn't like Panera Bread? Panera, the restaurant. I think they
It's too
suck
expensive.
ass.
I think
Oh,
it's
there
too
you go.
expensive.
Yeah, because I mean they may charge you a lot of money, but it's like kind
It's
of
stuff in a bag.
Dude, a kid died
It's
from the
kinda
caffeine overdose
pre-
from one of the teas.
really. Oh shit!
did you
I
hear
want that
about that?
goddamn tea.
A kid
Oh no,
drank,
yeah, I did hear that the caffeine tea that they have.
yeah,
like
drank
it's-
one of the teas.
It's like an energy drink.
and that kid like I guess an
Had a
allergic
stroke and a heart
reaction
attack
or
or
Had
something.
like a heart,
Yeah.
had a heart thing.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
yeah.
I love caffeine.
Because
I
it was
would-
called like, yeah, it was like,
Volt or Jolt or something.
it was
And the-
something like
Jolt Cola
Yeah.
was a cola back
Oh
in
my
the
God,
olden
I remember
days. You remember
that-
Jolt Cola?
Yeah.
Are you old enough, baby?
Do you remember?
She hides it really well.
What is the
some of
caffeine pill they used to sell? It's not Jolt, but it's
like
like
Yellow Jackets or
No,
something.
no. This is back in the day. They used to sell it at the medicine stores. Alert, Aleve. I can't remember. Anyways, it's a medicine. It has caffeine in it.
No dose.
No dose.
No
There you go.
Oh,
What all the
really?
kids used to take during
No
college exams.
dose.
During finals week.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so when I joined the military, you got to understand one of the things that they do is deprive us of sleep. And we have to be able to work through sleep deprivation.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so
That's all about mind control. But go ahead, baby.
right, it is. So I'd be in like these long classes, and I found out I was narcoleptic. Just be falling asleep like, and then yeah. So I'm hella narcoleptic. My voice puts myself to sleep. Anyways,
Don't fall asleep during a podcast, baby.
but
No,
so I would
don't
have to
do
take
that.
no dose and like drink coffee black. Just drink it straight because I had to drink it fast. Because okay, so one of the things is I can't breathe through my nose. So as a disabled vet, I learned that I only have like 10% of usage in one nose and like 20% in the other. So I'm only getting like 30% of oxygen I'm supposed to be getting.
Oh wow.
So that's
So
shit.
you snoring
That's
like
how
a
she became a
motherfucker.
mouth breather.
Yeah, I had a CPAP. I had a CPAP, but I lost that in the divorce too.
He took everything. Jesus.
So the first. What about the first divorce? Did you lose a lot in the first
Oh
divorce?
no, that was easy. That was easy. I
Was
married.
that also in the South?
Well, I married him in Germany. He was from Atlanta, and he got kicked out of the military. So I was like,
Both these motherfuckers got kicked out of
yeah, I find bad boys. I find bad boys. Yes. So, but the truth is, like, when he told me that he didn't want to go with me to Utah from Germany because it's Utah, I was like, we're married. We have a son together.
Mm.
He's like, but it's not Hawaii. I was like, all right, okay, so you could go back to Utah.
Oh.
I mean, go back to Atlanta, and then we kind of broke up for a little. We kind of broke up, but then when I got back to the States, I was hella depressed. I had my baby, and I'm active duty, so I tell him to come back, right? And we get back together, and then I end up divorcing him. I did it online. I just filed the paperwork, sent it to him in Atlanta. He signed it off, and divorce. We were done.
Is that because it was a military divorce?
I don't know. We got married in Germany, too.
No, that's because it wasn't somewhere else but here.
Yeah, I guess so. We got
'Cause
married in...
I got to tell you something. Anything involving court is a money hustle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And especially like being married and like they don't. Okay, the thing that really blows my mind about being divorced here is that you go into court and they go like, okay, someone is going to be upset, like me, but they take the person who has less money and fuck that person
Thank
off,
you. I know, right?
and it's just really kind of sad. Because, like, they'll say, oh, and then so they took away my driver's license,
Damn.
even after I was paying child support.
Damn.
And so you're taking away my means of making more money.
Thank you.
And they go like, oh, you don't really care about your children. They go like, no, you don't, motherfucker, because that's you're taking away my driver's license. That just doesn't make sense. I'm paying
No,
child support
right, I agree.
as best I can. And then you charge me more than first of all, you ask me, what can I pay? Tell you what I can pay. Then you ask her. And she said, well, wait a minute. Why did you even ask me what could I do? If you're going to charge me more than... And then I got to set up another court date
Dude.
to straighten that out?
Okay. Process and what...
So you must make less money than him right now.
No, we make equally the same, I think. I don't know. I don't know, really.
And are the children with him?
Yeah, they're with him because... So,
Oh, okay. That's
in
why
the
you getting
process...
fucked.
Yeah, because in the process, I thought we were going to get back together. He's in the house. He's been in this 5-bedroom house by himself, recovering from whatever trauma he's going through. I had the kids here in San Francisco struggling with my daughters because they couldn't get settled in their high school and pre-K.
Right.
It was depressing. So when I thought we were working things out, I sent my kids back. And since then, he's been like regulating how I interact with the kids.
Oh,
Because
wow.
we're not getting back together.
Wow.
And it makes it very hard because
That sounds so much like my second
well,
ex-wife.
dude, for the past
But
18
the beauty
years,
of it is for me is that now my man is he's always available to me.
Oh yeah, now that he's
But
grown,
like
right?
my children, oh my God, my children actually
Oh yes.
talk to me. My
Yeah,
children actually talk to me like I text them because they're in different places.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
not, so I get to talk to them every day.
That's a blessing. Okay, so I don't understand when parents try to disrupt the growth and process, the growth of their children. The children shouldn't be sacrificed just to help the father or the mother feel better about themselves.
They think that by keeping the child away from the other person, the child's gonna grow to hate that person, but it's just
No,
the
that's-
opposite.
Yeah, that's true. Because we're gonna be us regardless. If we're good people, our kids are gonna want to be with us eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. He can lie and say that I'm a bad person and convince everybody in the world that I'm a bad person. But as long as I am who I am, he's not right.
Exactly.
Um,
Exactly.
yeah. So she's gotta put tokens. Tokens.
Oh, money in
her-
the meter?
money in the
Oh,
meter.
got you.
Do you remember when meters were coins?
So next time we'll tell you the trick on how to do that in San Francisco.
Yeah, when meters were coin operated.
Coin
You guys
operated.
are gonna teach me these things. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, we'll teach you the smart thing.
So, all right. I felt like I wrote down topics, and we were talking about arranged marriages. And your thoughts on arranged marriages?
I gotta be honest with you. I really, okay. Jeez. Let me. I'm trying to be delicate when I say this. So,
I'm gonna sit next to you.
so here we go.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's it.
I think.
They know I'm not who I am. I mean, that.
Oh, let me keep
I
you
think
switching.
that when a marriage, you have an arranged marriage,
Mm-hmm.
it seems to work out better.
It's intentional, right?
It seems to work out better than because sometimes I understand that that's your first time meeting this person that you're with.
Honestly, I think it's because they understand what they're getting into. People go into marriage not even understanding that it means time, effort, love, reciprocated.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I think marriages don't work because people go into it with their own idea about
what it
what it's
is,
going
yeah.
to be, and they haven't discussed with the other person.
Oh my gosh! Even just talking about religion, what you choose to do with your credit, what you choose, how do you raise your kids, how
Yeah.
you punish them, those all matter. So before our marriage, we had to take a blood test. My first marriage, we had to take a blood test. You remember when they required that
Yeah.
to get
Oh,
married?
yeah.
They don't do that anymore.
Right.
So people aren't even willing to give up blood to find out if they're compatible, because I believe back in those days they used to make sure that there was nothing that would cause like birth defects, right? So it was very intentional, the entering into the sacred,
Right.
right?
And you found out that you weren't related to this person,
That
so
too.
you
Yeah,
weren't marrying your
cousins.
cousin or your sister or something. That's
But-
crazy.
And so this was in Germany that I did that, and I was amazed that they still abided by that. But not later, much later in my second marriage, we birthed a child who had a blood disorder. It's called hereditary spherocytosis, and it doesn't come from me or my husband. But really, if they did a blood test, they would have told us if something like that would have. Isn't that something?
Yeah. Mm.
So, but what it led to was it's like a white version of sickle cell.
Oh.
Oh, let me be more correct. The Greek version of sickle cell.
Oh, wow.
They're misshapen red blood cells, whereas sickle cell is misshapen because it's sickle, right?
Right.
And these blood cells are spherical. So they get rejected by the spleen, and the spleen tries to eliminate. So she would have a low hemoglobin. She had to have a blood transfusion every month
Oh, wow.
from the time that she was born till she was 2, and she had a splenectomy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so luckily she's 5 now, and she's healthy. But that's what I was before I did comedy. I was like full-time mom, raising my kids, making sure they don't die.
Right. Wow. Wow.
And I have 3 girls and a boy.
3 girls and a boy.
You, just
I
a
have-
boy.
No. I have 2 girls and a boy.
Oh, how old are your girls?
My oldest girl just turned 41.
Wow.
Because I'm an old man.
25 is your youngest. What?
No. Sam is he's the middle person. That's my boy. And then my youngest is 14. And around 2008, 2010, I was doing drugs and alcohol. And that's how I got her. Because I was not in a good place.
You don't do drugs and alcohol anymore?
Do you ever see me drink? You might
No,
have seen-
you're right. I've asked you that before. You don't drink, and you don't smoke weed.
I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke
That's
cigarettes even
good.
anymore.
So you're completely present.
I have no other choice because I'm telling you, my body is falling apart through all that stuff.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I know age does some bullshit.
Oh, well, get ready because whatever you do, like alcohol or cigarettes,
No.
that's going to come back to fight you later.
Yeah, my vices now are things like food.
No, my
Eating
God.
cheese after 7 p.m. You know, it's like, no.
That processed food is so bad. But cheese is not cheese. It's like whatever they put and condense it and then add milk.
I got to be honest. Oh, my God. Who doesn't love cheese?
But unless you're buying good cheese, you're buying street cheese.
Street cheese. Can I get a gram of that yellow golden stuff?
I love cheese.
Yeah, you can melt it, you can grate it, you can.
Oh, my
God.
God.
When I found nacho cheese in the stores.
I told you it's nacho cheese.
With nacho cheese in the can. And I'm like, oh, I could do this at home because I would go to the movie theaters to buy movie theater nacho cheese and like eat the hell out of it. Like, yeah. But I found the cans, and then my kids ate nacho cheese for like a long time. I had like the big old Costco can.
Yeah, we used to get those for the kids.
With
Like nacho
jalapenos, yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God.
But you got to get the right chips.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
Yeah,
You
'cause-
just made me think of something I'm going to do later on today.
Yay.
What are you going to do? Go ahead, share your recipe.
I'm
it's
just-
it's Tony's Kitchen.
I have some chips left over. I'm going to pick up some cheese right now and fucking.
You know, you could turn anything into a nacho dish, leftovers. Like, for instance, this burrito that if I don't eat it, I could throw it on nachos and it's a nacho dish. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like, you could turn anything into
yeah.
nachos.
Oh, yeah.
Am I too hungry to talk? Like,
I had something that was weird yesterday. It was like Korean burrito, and the beef was marinated in a different way. So it
bulgogi,
was kind of
sweet.
yeah, kind of Swedish, right? Kind of like a teriyaki, but a totally different flavor. And then they put kimchi in it,
Okay, how'd that hit?
and so it was like
Tell me, how did it?
it tasted really good. It
Did they
had-
put not only kimchi, but did they put seaweed too as well?
yeah, the hot stuff, and then I think they put some sort of whatever's in the kimchi, because what is that? It's cabbage and
And
It's like chilies.
spice. Yeah, chilies. Yes.
yeah, and so all I know is between the spice and the tangy, and then
sweet.
they threw it was like a fusion, and then they had a hot red sauce on it, and I was like,
Oh wow.
So it sounds delicious.
Wow.
So my taste buds were like live.
Oh wow.
Best coast burritos in Oakland.
There you go. That would have burned the shit out of my asshole.
Oh my God, I remember when I first set fire. I was like, oh, that's what happens when you eat spicy food.
There you go.
Here's a little PSA. We'll put that up for you. There you go.
No, because really, if you eat
Oh,
the
my
peppers and the
goodness.
seeds,
Yeah.
it comes out like peppers and seeds.
It will burn, baby.
I think
Oh,
I was
my
in
God.
my 20s or like mid.
Thank you for all the live viewers. We appreciate you. We see you on Twitch,
I'm just saying, when you're
YouTube.
young, you don't feel that shit.
Yes. You know what? That's so funny. You can, because when you go out at night and it's cold, you can look and see, oh, who's young. All right?
right.
Because people are like, shouldn't you be wearing a jacket?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like young people are just, oh my God. And then you have these young girls that wear like a little party dress.
Yeah, like
and
nothing.
it's too, like, come on, you need to lose a little bit more weight.
Oh
before you wear that,
my.
baby.
I'm just saying they make me feel like I can show if I want to, but I don't. I'm just saying I'm glad that they're comfortable in their own skin. That's
Yeah,
it.
but come on now,
But
you look nasty.
They're also young and learning. That's what it is. You got
Well,
it's
but
a
I'm gonna tell you
learning
something.
process.
It is a learning process. A lot of times people like want to be young again, and I don't regret not being young. The only thing that I miss about being young is the energy. Otherwise, that whole mindset and that fuck all that young shit.
That's true.
It was
though.
great back then, but now it's it's a different. Yeah.
Okay, so I was thinking about stamina in different areas of my life, and the stamina definitely decreases. But I think it's because I smoke a whole lot of weed and I can't breathe and I have asthma. So I feel like if I stop smoking, and like I would probably be better with stamina despite my age. I don't know. I think I'm doing shit that's making me older, maybe.
Well, I think Tony said it. I used to have a joke that I used to talk about the warranty running out on my body.
Yeah.
I'm like the $6 million man, but just in the opposite way. I'm fatter, I'm slower, can't digest as well as I did or whatever. And literally, it's like from my 40s to my 50s to my 50. Now I'm 56. I mean, I've seen a lot of, like, the biggest thing is energy. The biggest thing is energy.
Yeah.
I need to see that.
And recovery time on being hurt. Like if I injure myself, I blow out my back and I'm 6 days in and I'm feeling old.
Yeah.
But you're hella tall, so you've got a lot that you have to work with. I'm kind of short to the ground, so whatever I hurt, it doesn't hurt as much.
Right.
I'm just saying, how much do you weigh?
So on a good day, 220.
That's a lot of weight. I'm just 150. So that's all I'm responsible for.
Yeah, 250. Yeah.
No, I was actually 220 pounds, and I was supposed to get gastric bypass.
Okay.
Yeah, but they were like, you seem a bit unstable.
You seem a bit unstable.
Oh, really? Emotionally, they said.
Also, I was in a marriage that was controlling.
Uh-huh.
So because it was so controlling, oh my word, that's not my hair.
Yeah, it sure is. It's blue.
What? No, that's not my hair. Okay, maybe. Okay, wait.
We'll check all the blue haired people around
Thank you
here.
kindly, sir. But yeah, I also think it was because I was in a marriage where he ate a lot at night, and they knew that I couldn't avoid eating food where I should have been like stricter on my diet.
Right.
I didn't have the support at home, so I feel like they saw my marriage was gonna fail, but they didn't tell me. They just told me I couldn't get the operation.
I got to be honest. I think, not trying to talk down marriage. If you're married and it's good, it's good.
Right.
It's good. But I don't really think that marriage is good. Is good. I think. You can always do a commitment ceremony. You can always just...
It can be celebrated if it wants to be celebrated, that's for sure.
But it's a legal thing that sometimes can be bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It can sometimes not be a good thing, being married.
Well, I don't think it's for everybody.
It's not.
At some point in my life, it was
Children aren't for
okay. Oh, my
everybody.
word. I have a new joke that God makes children cute so we don't kill them. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Like... They make the children so adorable so you don't get upset.
Exactly.
I shouldn't say kill them, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. Shit. I will say this. Man, I wasn't around because I didn't meet my daughter until she was like about 9. My youngest. I didn't meet her until she was 9.
The 15-year-old?
Yeah. But my son, I was around him all the time. I was there when he popped out the chute, and this guy, oh my God! I immediately, when the day he was born, I smoked one of my last cigarettes.
Oh, sorry, I'm gonna let her back in because.
Come
on, Mama. All right, sorry. You're gonna take your seat back. I kept it warm.
Oh, thank you.
So,
What did I miss?
ADHD.
Oh.
That's my excuse a lot of the times, and I'll tell people it's sativa because sativa is like very energizing.
So very recently at the job that I'm working at now, the teacher was like, she was giving me an evaluation because I'm starting this new career working with kids that have autism and special needs. She's like, I think you have ADD. And I was like, well, I have obsessive compulsive disorder. She's like, well, they're in the same family, but I think you have that too. And I was like, well, my parents never diagnosed me because they never wanted me to be on medication for it. But so I'm like, that's why I'm shitty at this job.
You know what? I'm trying to get my son diagnosed
with adult
with
ADD.
Asperger's.
Oh, okay.
But I don't. Every time I call,
It starts with first they have to observe it, right? They have to observe it, so he has to.
Yeah, but I can't get anybody to see him.
Evaluate him.
Oh, I bet you could probably point him in the right direction.
It's different with adults because that's usually
This is a 25-year-old, yes?
This is usually something that would be like noticed and flagged by the teachers. And
here's my concern. My concern is that he has these jobs, and he's losing. He gets great jobs,
Oh, yeah.
but he's losing his jobs because he
socially awkward.
So
Well,
if
he is very meticulous about stuff, and they're like, "Oh no, that's not gonna
Calm
fly."
down.
The truth
Kid.
is, for ADA, we do have to have accommodations because, for instance, when I was working still, the Air Force, like a lot of the damages to my sinuses would cause me to go to the emergency room once I had like an inflamed sinus attack or something, and it kept me from working like days at a time, and they never accommodated my veteran disabilities. Because if they did, then they would understand I'd be absent, like,
Right.
yeah. So, but anyways, I just kept on, like, getting fired, but it led to my
Yeah. See, there you go.
my 100% total disability. in the
Oh
end.
wow.
Yeah, so. that's
Let
my
me
issue.
ask you a question, and this is not me hitting on you, okay? But I wanted to say that. But okay, so you've been married twice, and both your husbands were African American. If you, which I don't see happening in the very near future, if you choose somebody in the future, are you going to stay away from?
I'm going to steer away from crazy.
There you go.
Okay,
That's
you
a,
gonna
that's the
stay-
right
okay.
answer.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, just wondering, are you gonna stay away from black men? That's what I was.
No, it's not a. You come correct. That's good. That's good enough for me.
Okay.
All
right.
So, like, somebody would be like, "How's it like being married to a black guy?" I was like, "Oh shit, he's black." I forgot. I'm just saying I don't see color. That was in my first.
Well,
marriage.
but here's the thing. I mean, it really shouldn't make a difference. You like. I got to be honest with you. I really, Barbara's wonderful. All right.
I love Barbara.
But Barbara's wonderful. And that's all I'm going to say.
Good for you.
Speaking of, I wanted to ask you, does Barbara like karaoke? Because I love Barbara.
Oh, I'm pretty sure she
strikes me
does.
as a karaoke kind of chick. I'd love to take her to karaoke one
I'm
time.
pretty sure she
All right.
does.
Tell me this much. Do you guys have plugs? Because we're going to wrap it up.
I have
Sorry
a
to
question.
do that.
I have a question before we wrap it up. We were going to talk about music. How much does music, because you have a background in music, I have a background in music. How much
Oh,
does
wow.
that affect your stand-up comedy?
Oh, a lot, because they're like, this bitch is singing again.
Because you always close off with a song.
Well, not always, but I do. I mix that in there,
Yeah.
and I get a mixed response. They're like,
Can I make a suggestion though?
"Ooh, yeah, please do."
Okay. All right. If you really
Everybody else will do.
both of you guys, if you really like music, and I know I can tell that you do based on what you've done in your act, and you want to sing, I suggest that you focus on parody.
That's what I do, parody songs.
And
I do parody
I
songs.
suggest you focus on doing shorter.
Parts of the song, yes, sir. I totally cut it to the I
Just
might
the
kill
hook,
my ex
maybe.
part, yeah.
Yeah.
Instead
Okay.
of like the every fun part.
Yeah, just the hook.
Yeah.
All right, because comedy is all meat, no filler.
That's what you've always told me.
Brevity
trim
is the
fat.
soul of wit. Shakespeare. Don't. The less words, the funnier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like that for me, because I started doing musical theater stuff, is I wanted to do Broadway. That was where I started, and I trained to sing opera in college.
Ah.
And then my vocal coach was like, "Stop singing mezzo soprano stuff. You're a first soprano." And then I decided to do visual arts instead. But I feel like that's where I fell in love with the stage, and just like there's no one there and there's a spotlight and I'm blinded by the light. I love just being on stage.
My background in music is just I would hit talent shows like crazy. So I never did comedy as a young person, not till
Me
43
either.
years old. But I would hit open talent shows like, you doing a talent show? I'm gonna sing a song. It didn't matter what school. So I did that even in the military when I was deployed in Iraq. I did talent shows too.
Cool.
With like different compounds. But okay, sorry. Let's close it out. Any yeah.
5 minutes. You
We got
Any,
5 minutes.
shows coming up? Because I know y'all have a
Well,
lot
I mean,
of those.
it's not gonna. But I'm gonna be at the normally every Tuesday. I'm at Max in Fairfax.
Fairfax.
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds
a great
far.
show. It's a
How far is that?
Don Reed comedy something or other showcase.
Okay.
And normally I host that, but the next 2 weeks, this Tuesday, I'm going to be doing the Black History Month show tonight with Carla Clay at the Punchline.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Good for you.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and it was great to hang out with you guys this past Saturday because that was really a big help for me because it's kind of helped me discover stuff.
It's crazy to think that you're still learning. You're still
yeah.
practicing
Oh yeah.
comedy.
You still learn.
You're so inspiring to me.
Oh, you
Tony.
still learn no matter what. I got something that something in the works that I think is going to be really wonderful down the road. It's going to take a lot of writing to get to, but I think once I finally do it, once I finally am in motion with what I'm working on, it's going to make a huge difference in what I'm doing.
Cool.
Also, one of the other places that's really important to me is the Ave, even though it's rough to do. The Ave Bar, Wednesdays, 9 o'clock
I love
at
that
1607 Ocean Avenue. That is, here in San Francisco, that is probably the roughest
I love
open
that
mic.
mic.
It's probably rougher than OMG.
I love that mic because of its roughness and because I'm not saying that last time there was an incident, yes, but I feel like I can also attract the crowd to hear me, and it doesn't make me nervous at all, and I really
Well,
do.
they
like
actually the last time I don't know what happened, but I will say this: that they were really cued into you, the audience.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, they were really cued into you.
Tony,
And you
where do you
too.
where do you have your
Thank
calendar
you.
posted? Where do you keep your stuff posted for all your shows?
Usually, okay, you can go both to my Facebook or my Instagram or my TikTok under the Tony Sparks.
Just like underneath you, right there.
The Tony Sparks.
You got it right there.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's the way it is.
All right,
So-
cool. And Miss Ashley,
I have 2 shows coming up. I've one at hang on, I just had it up. I've got 3 shows. I'm going to be doing Kaleidoscope, I believe, on the 4th of March, and then
Kaleidoscope is where?
Kaleidoscope Cafe in San Francisco. That's run by Karen
Buchanan.
Buchanan.
Yeah, I think so.
And then on March 3rd.
Oh,
I don't
that's
think
in San Francisco?
No, it's not in San Francisco.
No, it's in Richmond.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
in
Yeah.
Richmond. Yeah. So March 3rd, I'm doing the Branham Lounge in San Jose.
Brenham
Yeah,
Lounge.
Brenham,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
That's a fun
I love
show.
this.
And then
Oh
I do
yeah.
karaoke there too.
and then I
I
have
headlined that once.
Nice.
and then I'm gonna. I was second. I was opening for the headliner last time, so that was fun. And then on March 30th, I'm gonna be doing Barrel Proof.
Nice.
You got me on. Thank you, Tony. Thank you to
Oh,
that.
thank you.
So hopefully there'll be more shows coming my way.
There
I'm
you
hitting-
go.
I'm hitting the grindstone. You know.
Do it.
I'm out here in these comedy streets, being a gangster.
I understand. Make that work, baby.
Yo, you know what
I
I
try.
learned?
I
I need an intro. Because when he counted down and said, I was like, I was waiting for the beat to drop. Like, where's the... I was waiting for the techno.
I even made you a logo, but you'll be surprised when you see later. I just made a quick logo because
Thank you.
It's
otherwise
very
you
cute.
would have been
It's cute.
going out naked.
Oh, completely naked.
We
I'm
don't want-
sorry.
And so, right on. So then, your shameless plugs. How did it feel to do your first podcast, your first 2-hour podcast? This way.
It's different. It's very sobering. That's for sure.
You were on
Cool.
your
And
shit.
give us your plugs because we're about to finish.
All right. So next Tuesday, here again. I can't think of any mics that I'm gonna hit right now, and like stress does that to me. So
Where do you promote yourself at?
my life is content on Instagram as well as on Facebook. But I'm gonna be claiming my new name, Joanne Victorio, because I can now.
Good for you.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Is your comedy name going to change from
JoMama
JoMama to Victoria?
I don't know. No, I don't think so. But it's
Victoria?
Victorio. Like
Victorio,
the masculine.
yeah.
It's so masculine. But it's gonna. I know at some point I'm gonna have to be mature and be like, this is my first and last name, and not Joe and then Mama.
So sooner or later, new graphics, new name, but
Better
same,
prepared.
the same girl. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Say bye or whatever you'd like
Oh
to say.
yes.
Oh.
Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you, Tony. Thank you,
you.
Ashley. And
Anytime, Joanne. Anytime.
I know Ashley just feels like we do this all the time, but
No, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. This happened to work out as I'm not working this week.
She's the one that makes sure I eat my food, and
She
she's
needs to
like,
eat
"Did you
more.
pay your bills?" So she's dope as fuck. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, baby. Anytime.
All right, yay, good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Good
We'll
night.
see you.
Night, night.